If I had to give a person my age one piece of advice, I would tell them to write in a journal, and they would seem confused or annoyed at me, because I've never met, except for one person, I've never met someone in real life who actively likes to write. Because so long, writing has been something that is only for essays or for school or something to be skipped with a simple click of ChatGPT. But I think that writing is something much more important, and especially journaling. It is something that is used for emotional clarity, intelligence, and just to be a well-rounded person. Approximately 8% of the human population actively writes in a journal. 22% have tried and failed to keep one consistently, and 50% have written in one once in their life. I don't blame them. Journaling is not easy, but its benefits outweighs the hardship it is to start a journal. So these are the reasons that I journal and why I think you should too. The first reason why journaling is important to me is that it is the most convenient and intimate way to document my life. Documenting my life has always been very important to me because it helps me to appreciate the mundane. It helps to have a place, a physical, tangible place that I can never forget, and the experience that I want to write down. And also it captures a feeling. It captures how I was feeling that day or that moment when I was writing. And even if I don't state that I was angry, I can just tell by the words that I was using that I was upset. But why a journal? Why does it have to be a physical thing? Well, digital documentation is nice, like posting on Instagram or making very nice cinematic that took me a while. Or making cinematic videos is nice and all, but it takes too much effort for me. Making a movie, it's very, very difficult and very cool to be able to do that. If anyone who watches this who is a cinematographer, you are my admiration, honestly. But sometimes I just need to write something without worrying about it being perfect, or without having to spend hours editing something or making it perfect for Instagram. Because writing in a physical journal, it's something that only I can see. Even if I don't post a video, it's something quick. I can write about it whenever I feel like it and wherever I feel like it. And that is the beauty of it. Writing shapes how I think. It helps me notice patterns in my behavior and in other people's behaviors too, which has helped me in many social situations and places where I would not have thought the way I had if I didn't write. It also is probably the most low effort emotional regulation that I can think of. When I'm upset, I write it in a journal. And then I'm not that upset anymore because I told someone. But I told someone that I can trust, that can't speak. I told my journal. That is why I think it is important to document your life and document it in somewhere physical, somewhere just for you. The benefit of writing in a journal is something that I've noticed quite recently, and it is the fact that writing in a journal, expressing your emotions in a journal, is very different from expressing your emotions in real life. Because when you write in a journal, it slows your mind down, and it forces you to think more about the situation than you would if you are just upset. It asks questions. Like indirectly asks questions. You have to write, you can't just write, I'm mad. You have to write, why are you mad? What made you mad? Is it mad because of a person or because you didn't eat anything today? It helps you see your emotions more clearly because it's kind of like looking at the perspective of another person. It's like talking to a person without actually talking to a person. And it builds the skill of asking questions that helps with conversations and helping other people work through their emotions as well. It is a safe catharsis that you can use because the journal won't judge It won't snitch. It is just a book where you can say whatever you want without fear of someone reading it. Unless you have people in your house, then you probably should hide it if you wrote something bad. But then again, it's up to you. It's your journal. You can do whatever you want with it. Writing about your emotions instead of bottling them up is something that I think only the most intelligent people are brave enough to do, because it is very uncomfortable at first. But after the 5th or 6th time, it starts to become more of a habit. It makes you more easygoing in public. It also makes you more empathetic to others, because when you understand your emotions, it helps you understand theirs. It helps you to speak to them, to help them through situations, because you're already stable. Emotional intelligence is always gained through understanding. And when you understand your own emotions, you can better understand theirs. But I can't just give you reasons why you should write a journal and just pretend like it was all easy, because it wasn't. For me, writing in a journal was really, really hard. I started journaling in the 4th grade. And at that time, I hated to write, but I loved to draw. Quite a combination, right? My teacher made us journal 15 minutes every day in a notebook that I don't have anymore for some reason. At first, I hated it, and I just drew instead. And my teacher wouldn't give me a bad grade, but he would also tell me to write more. When I got into arguments at school with other classmates, we had dramas. The journal that I hated felt safe. I wasn't afraid of it being a snitch or judging me, because my teacher didn't have to read it if I wouldn't let him. After I got out of that class, my dad bought me a journal of my own. This is the journal. Writing in it at that time felt more like a habit, and I wrote about whatever I felt like it. After that, COVID hit, and I had much more time to journal. I filled 2 journals. And at that time, I still didn't really enjoy writing that much, so I mostly filled it with drawings instead. Now I have 7 books about my life, with a piece of me in each. Journaling is important to me because when you grow up, you will be left with not only memories, but physical objects that reflect a past version of yourself, unchanged and frozen in time. In the end, I can't convince you to start a journal, but I can say that I have never once regretted writing in a journal. I have only ever regretted not writing enough. If this video came up to you randomly, this is your sign to start that journal, because you won't regret it.